Hey, so in the last video I showed you all the mods I've printed for my P1S Printimus Prime and how they've completely transformed how I use the printer. But the thing is, now that I've got this thing dialed in and running smoothly, I've been printing a ton of stuff that's actually made my gaming setup and daily life way better. And that's what I want to talk about today, my favourite print so far for gamers. Now I'm not gonna lie, once you start printing stuff for your gaming setup, it's kind of addictive. You start seeing problems everywhere that you can just print a solution for. It's great. So today I'm walking you through everything I've printed so far, from practical stuff that solves real world problems to fun display pieces that just make me smile every time I see them. And just like last time, I'll leave links to all of these in the description so you can grab them if anything catches your eye. With that said, let's get into it. Okay, first up, and if you only print one thing from this video, I'd probably say make it this one, the headphone holder. This is a modern sleek headphone hook that mounts your desk. It's got an adjustable screw so it fits pretty much any desk thickness, and there's a rotatable cap on the clamp so it doesn't scratch your desk when you're mounting it. And the best part, you can customize the look to match your setup. Want it in black, blue, red to match your gaming chair, print it however you want. I actually printed a couple of these for my daughter to hang her headphones on her desk and made the most of the AMS by printing them in matte white and silk purple. Now there are two sizes depending on your desk thickness, and I'll be honest, I initially printed the wrong size, so now I have extras. But you know what? One of those extras is now in my gaming room holding my Sony Pulse 3D headphones right next to me on the couch. So nothing went to waste, just happy accidents that turned into useful things. Prints with no supports, and honestly it's just super handy to have a dedicated spot for your headphone instead of having them lying around on your desk. This way you get something customized for you without having to buy one from somewhere. Next up are these Nintendo Switch 2 Joycon grips. So these are for when you're using the Joy-Cons separately, like for multiplayer when each person gets one Joy-Con. Without these grips, you're basically holding this tiny little rectangle, and the shoulder buttons at the top can be awkward to press. These grips solve that problem. They snap onto the Joy-Con and give you way more to hold onto. Suddenly it feels like you're holding an actual controller instead of just a weird TV remote. And the shoulder buttons become much easier to use, they're actually comfortable now. And the creator of these, Manabun Lab, has a whole lineup of different grip styles. There's the handheld grip, the snap lock grip, and the grip stand. They're all on my list to try. But even with this, the difference is huge. If you ever play local multiplayer on your Switch, this is a no-brainer. Alright, this one's simple but so useful. Nintendo Switch 1 and 2 game case holder. It holds 12 Switch game cases in a nice organized stack. There's a cutout at the side to save material and give it a more modern look. Now, I know a lot of people buy digital these days, but if you're like me and you still buy physical games, either because you like collecting them, or you want to resell them later, or you just like having the actual cartridge, this is perfect. Keeps everything in one place, looks clean, and takes up way less space than having cases scattered around. And honestly, I think I'll keep printing more of these to fill my shelf with them to keep my ever-expanding physical collection organized. The Now Playing stand. So the idea is simple. Whatever game you're currently playing, you display it on this stand. It's like a little Now Playing sign for your gaming setup. And here's the thing, I thought this would be purely decorative. Like sure, it's cute, but is it actually useful? Turns out, yeah it is. I usually have it next to the main TV, next to my daughter's Switch, so she knows what game is in the Switch and can easily find the case to put it back in. But it's also become this nice reminder for both of us about what game we're playing through together, that we need to get back to it. Is it necessary? No, but it's one of those little touches that makes your gaming area feel more intentional and organized. Plus I think it just looks cool. Alright, this one's just for fun. Some headphone cat ears. My daughter loves cats and I wanted to decorate her headphones with some ears. So I printed 3 different test versions to see which style she liked before committing to a final color that would match her headphone. She picked these ones. Now I just need to get some color filament that matches the headphones and I'll make the final version. The creator of these was too lazy to design their own cat ears from scratch, so they downloaded an existing model and modified it to be easily attachable with a rubber band instead of having to glue them on. You just wrap one side of the rubber band around the ear and hook the other side on the pin on the back. Simple. You'll probably want to scale the model in your slicer to fit your specific headphones, ideally so the height of the ear matches the width of your headphone band. Is it necessary? Absolutely not. But is it fun? Yes, and that's kind of the point. And finally, just because they make me and my daughter happy every time we see them, this Pokeball and Jigglypuff Pokeball Mashup. Both of these are purely for my daughter. I printed them as surprises for her to have on her shelf, and I really love how printing them in separate parts makes the final model look so good. The colors, the details, it all just comes together really nicely. These are both from ND3. The Pokeball is the classic Generation 1 design, the most basic form of Pokeball used to catch wild Pokemon, and the Jigglypuff, like many of the other designs from ND3, is a really cool mashup of Jigglypuff and a Pokeball. It's such a clever concept. Now here's the thing, the creator has so many more of these on MakerWorld, so if you're a Pokemon fan, you can actually try to collect them all. They also have a Patreon where the newest releases appear first, and they take requests for which ones to do next. I think they all look really cool, and it's just a fun thing to print and collect for all the Pokemon fans out there. They're not just functional, they're fun, and honestly, that's part of what makes 3D printing so great. You can print useful stuff, sure, but you can also print things that just make you smile or surprise your daughter with. Alright, so those are my favorite gaming prints so far. And I say so far because the thing is, I keep finding new stuff to print. More designs are added all the time, and once you start looking, you see opportunities everywhere. Like I mentioned, the creator of those Switch 2 grips has a whole lineup I haven't even touched yet. There's the handheld grip, the snap lock grip, and the grip stand. They're all on my list. And honestly, that's the beauty of having a 3D printer. Remember back in the first video when I was on the fence about whether it was actually worth it? 6 months later, I'm printing mods for the printer, custom gaming accessories, surprises for my daughter, things I didn't even know existed until I started looking. You're never really done. There's always something new to try, some new problem to solve, or just something cool to make. So if you've been on the fence about getting a 3D printer, or you already have one and you've been wondering what to print beyond the basics, hopefully this series has given you some ideas. And if you're just jumping in here and want to see the full journey from the beginning, why I finally got a 3D printer and how I set everything up, click or tap the screen and it'll take you to the first video in the series. As always, all the links are in the description. Go make some cool stuff, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.